Happy New Year! I'm late, I know. I've had a long week. Movie Central's back. But originally, I was going to make this video on January 1st, but I was so lazy, so I'm making it now. You read the title. These are going to be my predictions for the best and worst and mediocre movies of 2022. So, what do I mean by this? Worst, straight up garbage, in my opinion. Doesn't have any hope, except for just maybe a teensy little bit. Mediocre is, yeah, I'll see it, I hope it's good, I'm excited for it, but it could be or bad. The best is the one I have so much hope for. So, with that all said and done, I'm going to be using WhatCulture.com's list of movies that they use for they had for the Rotten Tomato predictions here, which I'm gonna look up. So with that said, let's take a look-see at 20 movies, see whether they're gonna be great, bad, or mediocre. First up on the list is Uncharted. Uncharted is a video game movie based on the games of the same name. It stars Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, and I think this movie will fall into the mediocre category. I mean, if I'm being honest, Sony's track record of making movies has been steadily rising with movies like Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, but then they also have some bad ones such as, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and yes, I will admit it's the Emoji Movie, but Sony and video game movies are kind of also bad. I mean, the Angry Birds movie came out in 2016, and that movie kind of sucks. I didn't see the sequel yet. If you want me to, I'm gonna already review it for Movie Central Season 3. So, Uncharted falls into the mediocre category. It could be great, but until I see the movie, I won't know for sure. The Batman immediately falls into the best category. I love superhero movies, obviously. My favorite film of all time is a superhero movie. But Batman has had a lot of great movies on his belt. We have the Tim Burton film, The Dark Knights, and of course, we have so many great Batman properties. In this Batman movie, while I was skeptical about it first, the trailer made me think otherwise. Well, the second trailer was the one that got me all excited to see the Batman, which comes out March 4th. So I'm going to check that out whenever it comes out. And that will probably be the best film of the year. That is just a prediction of mine. I could be wrong, but I hope it's great. So it falls into the great category. Turning Red. I don't know, guys. Pixar's track record recently has not been impressing me, but you will actually get to see a review of Turning Red for Movie Central whenever it comes out, and, well, you'll just have to hear my thoughts there, but right now it sits in the mediocre category. It's a Disney Plus exclusive. For some reason, Pixar lost their quality. I might make a video just talking about that because I'm kind of disappointed in Pixar because all of the movies they've been making recently, except for, just the ones in the past 2 years. I haven't seen Luca yet, and I'm gonna check it out. Have been hit or miss. So, with that said, Turning Red is in the mediocre category for now. Morbius. You know what? I actually like Sony's Spider-Man films that they've been coming out with recently. I like Venom. I like Let There Be Carnage. And I think Morbius has the potential of being great. So, I'm going to sneak it in to the right at the very edge of the mediocre category and right at the beginning edge of the great category because I have potential that this can be great, a scary movie. I don't know if it's PG-13 or R yet. I hope it's R. The two Venom movies are PG-13, but maybe this will be Sony's first R-rated movie in the Spider-Man universe that they're building which is most likely connected to the Amazing Spider-Man. As well, this could also be connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes appears, but you never know. So, right at the edge of mediocre and right at the edge of greats. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I'm gonna just put that in greats, and there's a reason for that. I thoroughly enjoyed the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and I was ready for the sequel, and when I saw the trailer, I had all of my hopes and dreams just flood to my brain. I mean, it's going to do a lot of things right. It's going to have Knuckles and Tails and the airplane and so many other things that make Sonic what he is. And hopefully we'll get other characters like Amy Rose, Shadow the Hedgehog, Vector, Jets in sometime in the future. So I have a bunch of hopes for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I hope it succeeds with that. So, great. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Dumbledore. I'm just going to throw this in the mediocre category. There's really no way of denying that. I mean, I didn't enjoy Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald as much as I love the first movie, Where to Find Them. The sequel really just made me lose all hope, and I enjoy watching the first movie a whole bunch. I'm going to rewatch it just for the case of the new one coming out, so I don't know how this will be, but I haven't really been excited for it. I'm sad that Johnny Depp got let go, but I'm put a little at ease to hear that the role of Gellert Grindelwald was assigned to Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Le Chiffre in Casino Royale. He did a great job there. So I'm not too excited for this. I'm worried it'll fall into the mediocre. I'm worried it'll fall into the bad category. Right now, I put it in the mediocre category because, well, the first movie was great, but the second movie was just boring and not great. I haven't seen both since, but we're gonna rewatch it just for the case of seeing this new one. Same thing that I did for a lot of movies. So yeah. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is going to put a shock to you, but it might go in the mediocre category. I know, it's kind of strange, but... no, strange, no pun intended. But here's the thing. Marvel has had a kind of rocky track record so far with Phase 4. I mean, we got a lot of great things, like Shang-Chi, I say Shang-Chi because I'm white. We had also Loki and Hawkeye and Falcon Winter. I love Falcon Winter Soldier. You can't change my mind. And Spider-Man: No Way Home and Black Widow. Sorry, I forgot about that. But we had Eternals, which is the first rotten film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, Thor: The Dark World. It has a 66%, which is fresh. Eternals is the first movie to score under 60%, and that is sad. Also, I was very disappointed with WandaVision. If you did not see not only my honest review of WandaVision back early 2021, and the 920 Studios podcast episode, which was covering WandaVision, you know I'm not really a fan of it. But Doctor Strange, ever since his first movie came out 5 years ago, I liked the character, just the movie was kind of is a little bland in some areas. But this one might do some things right. It's being directed by Sam Raimi, who of course directed the Spider-Man films, the trilogy from 2002 to 2007. And I love his direction that he takes in a lot of his movies. I've only seen 4 of his movies, actually, the Spider-Man movies, and then Oz the Great and Powerful. I'm going to watch The Evil Dead eventually. But where I'm having a little bit of a little nervousness is I'm kind of not interested in this. We already had 2 Marvel Multiverse projects so far. One has been done by Sony, and the other was done by Marvel Studios a few months ago. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man No Way Home. Those are 2 great multiverse films, and also we're getting another multiverse movie with The Flash. So I'm a little not interested in another multiverse story. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got What If as well, which is another multiverse story. So, currently it's a mediocre, but it could be good. Top Gun Maverick. Just like Morbius, a little bit of mediocre, a little bit of greats in there. So, I have not seen the first Top Gun. Yeah, I know. Shocker. I seem like the person to have watched it. It was a blockbuster when it came out, and is still popular to this day. Tom Cruise as Maverick was highly praised. There are a lot of people who love Tom Cruise as an action movie star, so I feel like this will be my jam. I mean, it's an action movie. The first trailer that I watched of it really impressed me. It looks like a really fun movie. The question is, will it be any good in the end? Well, I have not seen the first Top Gun, so that's why it's dwindling a little bit in the mediocre category. Just a little bit. But it could be great because the first trailer definitely impressed me. Well, then again, the Ghostbusters Afterlife first trailer impressed me, and look where that ended up. So yeah, a bit of mediocre, a bit of great. Jurassic World Dominion. Greats. And mediocre. Okay, I know. I don't know where exactly to put this because there are 3 great Jurassic Park movies and 2 kind of ones. Now, I thoroughly enjoy the first Jurassic Park, Lost World, and Fallen Kingdom. But Jurassic World 1, not great. And Jurassic Park 3, the only funny thing about it was Alan. I still laugh at that. Sorry about that. So, it's very hard to tell. Could this go down the route of Jurassic World 1 and Jurassic Park 3? Probably. But could it go down the route of the original movie? Could it bring us a horror element? Now, obviously, that first, like, the little teaser we got a few months back. Now, I actually got to see that when I went to see F9 The Fast Saga in IMAX at AMC. They played that little clip, and it looks pretty cool, and it feels like they're taking the franchise in a horror direction again. And also the fact that they're bringing back Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum to play the 3 original characters is a great thing. Now, this was supposed to come out last year, but obviously that didn't happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing Jurassic World Dominion. This will be probably the last Jurassic film ever, so I hope to God it's great. But it could also be mediocre. Lightyear. Great. I'm a sucker for the Toy Story films, despite being very kind of whatever. But ever since this movie was announced back in 2020, I was always looking forward to it. The first trailer impressed me. I don't do trailer reactions anymore because I don't want to get copywritten. So, yeah, but the first trailer really impressed me. I love the fact that they cast Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. I've had a lot of predictions about the film. I've been looking forward to it, and I hope to God it's great, and this will probably be Pixar's best film since Toy Story 4. Yeah, I know. It'll be their first great movie in a few years, so with that said, I'm really looking forward to it. So, be ready for that also review on Movie Central, coming sometime in July, I think. Minions: The Rise of Gru. Bad. Oh my god, where do I start with this? Jesus Christ. So, Minions: The Rise of Gru is a very strange movie because it's definitely going to be a bad movie, but I don't mind the first Minions film, but it's been 12 years since the first Despicable Me movie came out, so going by that, you figure that everybody would be tired of Minions at this point. I mean, they're everywhere from video games, I think, yeah, mobile games, Minion Rush on mobile platforms to theme park attractions. They're everywhere. Everywhere. So I assume that the critics will be fatigued by that time. I'm definitely tired of Minions after Despicable Me 3, which has been 5 years since then. However, I definitely, after watching the first trailer, I'm not impressed. I'm definitely thinking this will fall into the bad category. Maybe my girlfriend and I will go see it. I mean, depends on if she's tolerant of Minions. But I will probably not be excited for this one. So just be aware of that. Thor, Love and Thunder. Oh, God. Go ahead. Grab your torches and pitchforks. Because this falls into the bad category. Here is a reason why. If you watch my review for the 3 Thor movies, the first 2 movies, I expressed my disdain for Jane Foster as a character. She's boring. She doesn't express any emotion whatsoever. And I never thought that the female Thor concept was bad in any way, but I mean, listen to this. This is what Thor's hammer reads. Gender neutral, though. Whoever shall hold this hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. In the comics, Jane Foster's a nurse. So, if you're saving lives by being a nurse, then you could be worthy. But, yeah, I get the story of the comics, but honestly, I'm not excited because I just don't want to see Jane Foster's character again. Even though it's being directed by Taika Waititi, who did Thor Ragnarok, I still have very, very little hope, which is exactly why this movie falls into the bad category. Black Adam. Great. I don't know why I paused there. Black Adam is going to be a really, really awesome movie. And I think that everyone will probably agree with me. I love the first Shazam movie, and Shazam Fury of the Gods comes out next year. So I can't wait to see what The Rock does. Although there might be some things. It does the same director as Jungle Cruise, which obviously, if you watch my worst movies of 2021, you probably know how I feel about that. But I'm excited to see what they do, and hopefully we'll see him clash with Zachary Levi's Red Cyclone, aka Captain Sparklefingers, aka Captain Thunder, aka Shazam. Mission Impossible 7. Great. I love all the Mission Impossible movies, and Mission Impossible Fallout made my list for the best films of 2018 by far. It was really action-packed, it had emotion when it needed to, and of course, Tom Cruise doing a halo jump at the age of 56 is just amazing. It's so cool how he's still able to do his own stunts after such a long time. Last year, the Mission Impossible films turned 25, so hopefully this will be a nice tribute, and I'm excited to see what this movie offers because I'm definitely going to check it out when it hits theaters. And I'm going to rewatch all the Mission Impossible movies before watching it. So, yeah. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Part 1. Great. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is excellent. It's a fresh and idea-filled movie that deserved all the attention it got, and it gave a new Spider-Man time to shine, that Spider-Man being Miles Morales, and I'm so happy that the sequel is coming this year, and I'm so excited. I'm actually going to make a video for Movie Central discussing Spider-Verse 2, just being like, hey, this is what I hope this movie does. I can't wait to hear Shamik Moore's voice as Miles Morales. I can't wait to hear Haley Steinfeld's voice as Gwen Stacy again. And I'm also excited for Oscar Isaac to be playing Spider-Man 2099. Hopefully we'll see the Spider-Man from the previous movie, like Peter B. Parker. Again, I hope so, because I really like Jake Johnson in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But yeah, this is definitely going to be one of the best movies of the year. Hopefully, the best animated film of the year as well. The Flash. Another confusing one, right at the edge of mediocre, right at the edge of great. So, I like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I mean, Justice League, obviously, he didn't really impress me that much because his writing was kind of for the Joss Whedon side. But in Zack Snyder's Justice League, he was absolutely perfect. And the fact that they used him, that Zack Snyder used him for pivotal moments instead of being like the butt end of jokes, making jokes about brunch or being scared or being hungry. Yeah, those jokes suck. He's pivotal to the action scenes and he's pivotal to the plot. He has his own side plot. So I'm excited to see the side plot from Zack Snyder's Justice League continue in The Flash. I'm also very excited to see Michael Keaton return as the Bats. So, yeah. Where I'm having a little bit of concern, though, is I don't know how they're going to execute the plots at all. I know it's going to be a multiverse movie, but I actually really don't know how it's going to work. But, I could be pleasantly surprised. This is why it dwindles and it's dancing between great and mediocre. So, yeah. The Flash I'll definitely check out just to see how it is. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. It's gonna be mediocre. I mean, I'm sorry. Ever since Chadwick Boseman's passing in 2020, I just lost interest in the sequel completely. I mean, if Marvel were to recast Chadwick Boseman, that would be extremely disrespectful and it would destroy the legacy he created with the character. But I'm put at ease because they're not recasting Chadwick Boseman. They're not going to replace him at all, which is great. Even though Letitia Wright has been making some weird statements about vaccines, I don't really want to get into that stuff right now. I'm just happy that they're not destroying Chadwick Boseman's legacy, even though he really should have been back. The hope and dream is they actually have stock footage of him, but I don't know yet. They haven't confirmed or denied that. But if they don't, that's perfectly fine. I don't know anything about the plot. I honestly don't know anything. That's why it's kind of dwindling in the mediocre category. So don't expect me to make the best movies of the year, and don't expect this movie to be on that list. But if it is, and I'm pleasantly surprised, I could be wrong. Again, these are not facts. These are just opinions on what I think these movies will be. But I could be wrong. But I also could be right at the same time. But your guys' opinion matters more than mine. So I'll let you guys decide whether you think Black Panther, Wakanda Forever will be amazing or mediocre or terrible. So yeah. Avatar 2, terrible. Sorry. I have not watched the first Avatar all the way through, but the fact remains that if Avatar 2 is coming out, I just had to explain this right now. James Cameron's infuriating ego on this movie. He makes one movie that makes a bunch of money, and he wants to make it the only movie that makes a bunch of money, and it's just annoying because the last movie he made was the first Avatar, and he's been spending 13 years working on Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think there's a sixth film, too. But Avatar 2 is definitely confirmed to come out, but I don't think that any of the other sequels will do as great. So I'm putting this in bad right now. I honestly don't know what to say, but hopefully it's not terrible. I could be wrong. Again, the first movie leaves a lot of room for improvement. Maybe James Cameron surprises me. The visual effects are obviously going to be 100 times better, but you never know. This could be terrible. That's what I think it's going to be. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. That will be great. I love the first Aquaman movie. I thought it was really well done. The visual effects are perfect in every way. The music by Rupert Gregson-Williams is amazing. Jason Momoa is who I think of when I think of Aquaman. And I have a lot of hopes for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I don't think I'm going to be excited for Amber Heard coming back because of that whole scandal that's happening and the costume I've seen, but I hope that James Wan brings us another great superhero film adventure. And yeah, I just hope this movie is great. And the last movie on the 20 list is Mario, and oh gosh, okay. The internet blew up when this movie announced its central cast, but if you somehow don't know, I'm going to expose it. Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Jack Black as Bowser. Yeah, celebrity voices at its finest. And honestly, the cast I don't actually think is that bad. Chris Pratt's not a great choice to play Mario, but you know what? It could be funny. You never know, even though he plays the same character over and over and over again. Charlie Day as Luigi will be funny. Jack Black as Bowser, I'm really looking forward to. The animation is going to be produced really nicely since it's from Illumination, even though Illumination does make some bad movies like The Lorax and Secret Life of Pets 1 and 2. But the directors of this movie are the writers of Teen Titans Go, and that's kind of scaring me because the last time they worked on a movie, oh god. Teen Titans Go to the movies was one of the worst movies of 2018, not 2020. Were one of the worst movies of 2018 by far. And the fact remains that if they're directing this, they could bring a very, very similar style of comedy, but I hope not. Maybe this movie will be good, maybe this movie will be bad, but right now, I'm not so sure. So, I'm going to put it right in the mediocre category. Like, right down the middle. Right down the middle. And that is because it dances between both bad mediocre and good mediocre. So, that said, that's what I think. And here's two bonus ones that I just want to get off my chest because I didn't talk about a lot of bad movies. I only talked about 3. So there's Dog, I think it's called, with Channing Tatum. Yeah, that one might suck. Going by the trailer, it just looks like a stupid comedy and stuff. It could be a feel-good movie. But I don't know. Until I see it, if I see it, for that matter, I'm not really impressed. Don't judge me, please. And then there's Super Pets. The trailer did not impress me at all. It looks really dumb. It looks infuriating, and that's why I'm putting it in the bad category for now. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this very, very, very long video. It's one of my longer ones at that. I think my longest video is definitely one of the podcast episodes. It was the Pixar one. But if you guys enjoyed this list, please let me know. And please also give your thoughts on this. I hope you guys have very, 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 very nice looking opinions on this stuff because I would really love to hear it. But until then, I guess this has been a very, 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 very long and very interesting ride, and I hope you guys enjoyed every second of it. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. If you did not, that's perfectly fine. Just don't watch my videos if you don't like it. But with that said, I'll see you guys very, very soon, and I hope you are all having an amazing 2022. so far. So keep on watching movies, and I'll see all of you next time. Take care.